What's going on, good people? Hope everyone is well. Wanted to talk to you all about something I posted. I actually posted it on my LinkedIn page. Don't know why. I just felt like that was a good place to post it. And I had not posted it in Instagram or on Instagram. I think it may be on my Facebook page as well. But in any event, I posted this image. If you really look at it, it's a man and a woman in sort of a sexual position, missionary position. It's nothing graphic about it. There are no body parts or sexual organs shown in the picture or in the image. And I made sure that it wasn't something that was graphic in a way that would insult or offend someone. And the image wasn't really what the post was about. The post was about the caption. And the caption referred to how you can be with someone sexually. And to summarize, you can be with someone sexually and energies within that person can be transferred to you and some of yours to them. And they're not always positive energies. It could be very negative energies. So the caption talks about being aware of who you're having intimate relationships with, because there are pieces of people left behind within you and within them. And obviously, if it's some of your negative to them or theirs to you, then that's not a good thing, no matter which way it goes. And it talked about managing the people you have intimate relationships with, because now your soul, your aura is competing with a variety of energies, and you never know what's going to break through or what's going to hang on to you. Which then, the more negative energy you build up, obviously, the tougher things can be for you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all that good stuff. I did a video on this matter probably about 6 months ago. I posted a video, and I had a couple of people wondering what I was talking about. Some got it, some didn't. Shout out to those that did, and to those that did not, initially at least, I thank you all for coming back to me on it and trying to understand where I was coming from, and then some doing their own research and really digging and finding out more about it. And then there are one or two people who are still somewhat confused about it, but you don't expect everyone to get everything. It's no knock against them, but I think if they really kind of dig into it a little more, and it's about having an open mind, they'll get it. So I posted that, and I'm gonna actually attach it to this video. So of all people, and I say this, when I say the name, you'll know what I mean by when I say of all people, I found myself checking out a couple of Kurt Franklin's videos on IG. Now, we all know him as, the gospel singer, pretty successful brother, very active, very animated, very much out, in the public eye, and very much a Christian. And that's one of the things that I've discovered that the Christian community doesn't discuss. They don't discuss anything that has to do with sex externally. And I think, how'd you get here? How'd you get here? And what do you do with your partner or your mate or whatever? And, it's a whole other story. But he actually was on some program or what have you. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'll actually repost that as well. But the brother was talking about the same thing that I was talking about, and that I've talked about. And I love the way he put it, the way he laid it out. And I think it's something that we all, men, women, we really, really, really need to come to grips with. And that is, we need to monitor for real those whose energies we're going to share at some point. Now, I'm not gonna talk to this video as though there haven't been multiple partners in my life. Um, some sometimes you choose partners just because of the look, or just because of the moment, or and then there are those genuine connections, um, love and emotion and all that kind of stuff. But even in each one of those, with me, just like I've tried to state with others, you have to be aware of who you're with and why you're with them. I think we missed that part. Why are you with that person? What is it about that person that's going to benefit you? If you start to think about it and it turns out to be something of just a lustful nature, I can say it now as an older man, as a man of experience, then that's not really what you want to do. As a young man, I did those things, and I know plenty of you as younger men, younger women, have as well. And I know some of you still do it in your seasoned life. I'm not knocking anyone for doing it, not at all. But what I'm saying is we have to be more mindful of who we're doing it with, because every person you're with is not going to be is going to necessarily leave some negativity behind. There could be some positive, but you won't know that because you don't know what all was in that person's past. You don't know what negativity they may have picked up from others, and it may not be their negativity that's being passed to you, but it's the negativity that they carried from someone else that's being passed on to you. That makes any sense? So, understanding and relating to a person before there's physical activity is important. I learned that over time, and you continue to grow in that ideology. Just wanted to pass that on. I'm going to definitely talk about things like this a whole lot more. I'm planning some big things for the Stark Naked Truth in terms of sit-down sessions. Things are starting to move for me. They've been really, really kind of hectic in terms of, on and off. You don't know what you're going to do today with this platform versus tomorrow. Promises being made, promises being broken. Making promises to myself, breaking promises that I've had or made for myself, all kinds of things. But there's been some balance in my life now, and I know I've said it before, but I just keep pushing. It's going to happen. It's going to grow. It's going to be more consistent, and that's part of the reason why I try to do as many of these videos as I can. So shout out to all of you that are keeping up with me. Another thing I want to say. Shirts, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, they're still available. I still have plenty. I want you guys to support the brand. I need you guys to support the brand. I'm finding that people, as I walk around with my own brand on, people are telling me, or walking up to me saying, hey, I've seen that. I'm familiar with that. I follow you. And I'm getting to rap with people briefly about what it is I'm doing, and it feels really, really good. So, shout out to everyone who's supporting up front, and shout out to all of you who are in the background liking or just reading, because I know a lot of people have told me they see the post, they just don't like to interact because they may not really want to get in the back and forth about certain discussions with people, and I get it, but just know you're appreciated. And I will ask just for my feel goodness, if you could DM me and tell me what you think about certain things that I've posted. You don't have to like on the page. You don't have to comment on the page, but just for my sake, for my soul, to help me understand all those that I'm affecting, excuse me. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to end on that, and I'm going to ask you all to really take a look at the post that I'm going to put up here, and look at the image is what I'm referring to, and listen to what Kurt Franklin is talking about. And if you're interested in the video that I made, you can either scroll through my IGTV post, or you can DM me and I'll send you the link directly. Peace and blessings.
What's going on, good people? So, I wanted to talk about giving parts of yourself away. I know that sounds a little crazy, but here's the deal. Whenever you get into relationships with anyone, and especially if that relationship is physical, you leave a bit of yourself behind. You leave a part of yourself with that person. And depending on who that person is, after the relationship is over, and unfortunately sometimes during the course of the relationship, but mostly when the relationship is over, will determine the kind of energy that comes back to you. Now, or surrounds you. So now what I'm talking about is, every time a man and a woman are intimate, and in this day and age, it could be a man and a man, a woman and a woman. When you're with someone physically, you leave a piece of your soul with them. You leave a piece of your vibe with them. Your energy stays with them. And that person may not be good with you after it's all over. And what can come back is some negativity, because they're putting out into the universe all the dislike or hate that they have for you. So that stuff will tend to come back to you, and it could be small things. It could be very minute. And sometimes it can be large. It really depends on how much time and how much energy you put into that person. No pun intended. So you have to be very careful of that. Be mindful of that at all times. It's true. It's proven. And I dare say, look it up. Read about it. What you can do is start building yourself back up. When you realize you've been in places with people, around things that were no good for you, you go out and you start searching for some good to come back to you. You go out, you put yourself in better situations with the hope that some of that good stuff that you're now around will fill up those spots, those blank spaces in you that you left behind to someone else. And in my opinion, doing that leaves no room for that negative to come back. Now, this is something that I've been doing for several years. I've been working on me and me exclusively to make sure that no matter what I did in my past, I made up for it. No matter who I spoke negatively about, I don't do it anymore, except your president. Just make sure you start to take care of yourself and your vibe. What's happening, brother?
Blue Normans, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Harlem, what can I say? What I'm saying is, get in and do a repair job. It's just like anything. You get a brand new car and things will happen to that car. And in order to keep it up and to maintain it, what do? You get it repaired. You find those things that are nagging and you fix them. Same thing with yourself. Same thing with your spirit. We fix our outside. We work out and we diet and all of those things. But sometimes we forget the inside. We forget the parts of us that were taken away or left behind. So I say all this to say, watch who you give your energy to. Be mindful of who you give your energy to. And be mindful of what you receive as well. I hope you all get that. Peace and blessings.
Because this is what we do. See, before a man gets married, if he's had sexual experiences, let's say he's been with this one woman, right? And let's say this one woman, just for the sake of conversation, no disrespect, but let's say this one woman is a freak. and he goes over there late at night and gets, gets his freak on. He never has any desire to marry her, but, he gets his freak on because, she's a wild girl and turns him out, whatever. And then they say that this girl over here, she may not be that type of, party girl, but she's loving, you know what I'm saying? So he goes over there, and she cook him a nice little meatloaf dinner at 2 in the morning, and, he go over there, whatever. And let's say a little meatloaf sandwich with some chips.
Bread.
Yeah, with some chips.
Some Lay's chips.
Yeah.
Red Kool-Aid.
Okay. It's my turn. It's my
All right.
turn. It's my turn. And so, and then let's say he goes over here, and then let's say he's with his, maybe she was his first. You know what I'm saying? So he's got all this soul ties with her. You know what I mean? She don't really, it ain't like she dope, but that's his first. And so, and then like maybe she's, she's a good girl, you know what I'm saying? She's like, just whatever you want to do. I don't care what you want to do, whatever you want to do. So now he's got all these 5 spirits. And he's got all these 5 different personalities that have fed 5 different appetites in him. He gets married and puts the 5 spirits on that one woman. And you know what it does to that one woman? When he puts the spirit on that 5 spirits on that one woman, it makes that one woman do this. And she's living her marriage with the weight of these 5 spirits. And every time you go to bed with her, she feel like he's not with me. He's with one of them. And what we're not taught is that if we don't go through the divine divorce of divorcing our hearts and souls from them spirits, we will never get to enjoy who God made her to be until we divorce those other spirits.